Hello everyone. So today we're looking at a very interesting topic, and the topic is intervals. Welcome to this class. When we talk about intervals, you would agree with me that we're just talking about the distance between two things, and in this case, we're talking about two notes. Yeah? So let's dissect what intervals is in music, like right away. Why waste time? Right? Yeah, I'll draw this dummy keyboard just to explain this concept of intervals, and I believe that after now, you shouldn't have any problem whatsoever with intervals. If you know this is C, this is E, D, F, G, A, B, and C again. Alright, so like I said, intervals is the distance between two notes. So in music, we're trying to imagine what's the distance between O and O. Yeah, there are two notes sounding differently, but then there is a distance between those two notes. I think this is just like basic physics or something like that. If you guys that are science students can help me, just remember these tones, that tones and diatones and things like that in physics. Then I can't even remember, but then let's look at this one. This is what I know. I don't know so much about physics, but this is what I know. So let's talk about this. So this is C, and let's take F as example. So this is F. So we want to look at the distance between these two notes, C and F. Okay, we can already see that four notes make up this distance, and C, D, E, F. Yeah. So from C to F is like 1, 2, 3, 4. Already, if you are looking for the intervals, it's a fourth. Because you're starting from this note and you're counting 2, 3, 4. That's a fourth. Yeah? Now, what kind of fourth is it? What kind of fourth? To know this, we need to count the number of semitones between these two notes. Let me reiterate that again. The number of notes makes you know the interval itself. Whether it's a fourth, whether it's a second, whether it's a third, or whether it's a fifth, whatever. But the number of semitones helps you know what exactly is the fourth. What kind of fourth is this interval? So let's count. From C to F, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 semitones, 4 notes. So this is the interval. 5 semitones, 4 notes. When you have this kind of interval, it's called a perfect fourth. It's called a perfect fourth. Yeah? I would immediately after now give you a breakdown of various intervals in a table so that you can easily just glance through and then see the kind of interval between whatever two notes that you're looking for. Again, let's consider another example. Let's take C and D. C and D. The distance here is what? 2 notes. 2 notes. 2 notes. C and D. The semitones. 2 semitones. How do I know? 1, 2. 2 semitones. That makes this a major second. How do I know? Like I said, I'll give you a breakdown of all these intervals in a tabular form so that you can just glance through it and then see the intervals between these notes I'm talking about. If this semitone is decreased by 1 and it becomes 1 semitone, 2 notes, as in the case of C to C sharp. So we looked at C to D in this one, C to D. We looked at C to F here. As in the case of C to C sharp, you only have one semitone, but then there are two notes, because an interval cannot be with just one note, right? An interval is between two things, a distance between two things. So C to C sharp, which are the two notes, there are two notes, yeah, but the semitones between them is just one. This makes this a minor second. So a quick clue: when you have a major interval, if it is less by one semitone, it becomes a minor interval. When you have a perfect interval, if it is less by a semitone, you have a diminished interval. And if it's more than a semitone, you have an augmented interval. So quickly, I'll give you the table and then you see why all this are what they are. Yeah, so look at this table. In theory of music exams, what you'll be given is write the interval between this and this. The first note mentioned, or the first key mentioned, or whatever is given to you, is your focal point, and that's where you're starting from. The interval from that point to the next note you're given. So if, for example, I'll draw this again. So if, for example, we say C to E, C to E, what's the interval between C and E? I'll also show you how this is done on the stave, because most of the time this might not be given to you this way. It will be given to you on the stave, and you'll see that in a minute. But let's look at C to E. This is C and this is E. We have three notes. Okay, so that makes it a third already. So it's between this and this. That makes this a third. So we are looking at either it's a major third or a minor third. How many semitones? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 semitones, 3 notes. This one. So C to E is a major third. Once you have this table off by heart, you'll be able to calculate just any interval between any two notes. Okay, so let's see how this is drawn on the stave, because like I said, most of the time that's what will be given to you in many theory of music exams. Now look at these two notes. On the treble stave, this is G, this is D. Now note that the interval is not from D to G. The interval is from G to D. Why? Because G is first drawn. You can see that it's not on the same line of D. This D is separated just away from it. And G is first drawn before D. So this interval here is G to D and not D to G. So now we can calculate. Once we know this, we can always calculate with our table what this interval is. So let's do that. So G to D, this is G. So G to D, G 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a fifth. But what kind of fifth? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seventh fifth. A perfect fifth. So G to D is a perfect fifth. I think that's clear enough. And really, once you have this table, you can see that once you have this table, everything becomes so easy. Now let's look at what D to G would have given us. This is D to G. 1, 2, 3, 4. A fourth. Let's count the semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. This. So G to D gave us a perfect fifth. why this gave us a perfect fourth. You can see that the intervals are not the same. So in your exams, if you wrote perfect fourth instead of perfect fifth, you know, right? You'll have gotten the answer wrong. So this is the deal. The intervals are from the first note to the second. Once you do that, be sure, and once you have this table, be very sure that you won't miss anything. Like I said before, let me reiterate again. Like you can see on this table, there is no diminished interval. You are meant to know this. An interval that is less by one semitone, which is perfect, is a diminished interval, and increased by one semitone on a perfect interval is an augmented. Look at it here. On a perfect fourth, you have 4 notes and 5 semitones. On an augmented interval, you have 6 semitones and the same 4 notes. It's just increased by a semitone, and that makes it augmented. The same thing will apply for diminished. Diminished will be 4, 4. It's not just on this table. And that's why I'm reiterating it again. I'll say it one more time. A perfect interval less by a semitone is a diminished interval. And a perfect interval more by a semitone is an augmented interval. I want to believe that now you have full control of everything about intervals. You know, the good thing is that you can always pause this video, replay it, take it back, forward, whatever you like, just to get it clear. Until next time, when we'll be treating another topic, as always, keep learning.